Hello magical souls, it's Marie here. So I made it live on a live stream with the camera pointing at me. So again, it's going to be a quick one today because I'm definitely still not feeling great. I'm still under the weather, but today's message I really wanted to share really was to thank you, like a massive thank you. I've just had the nicest, sweetest messages and comments on some of the live streams, and private messages as well. And I just wanted to share just how much that means to me. So it's just very touching, and it's very lovely, and it reminds me of what wonderful souls there are in the world. Because sometimes, you know, you can go through life, and especially when you go out there and you see, you know, there's a lot of division right now. There's a lot of differences in how we are living and seeing things and creating things. And sometimes you can feel like, you know, is it just you? Are you alone? Are there any other souls that feel like you, that think like you do? So when I get those messages, it really warms my heart, and it reminds me that you're out there, and it reminds me that there are so many amazing souls here who've chosen to be here. So I really genuinely appreciate every like, every love, every comment, every hello, every private message. I really do appreciate it. And also on the message of that, the gratitude. Gratitude is such a huge thing, and I've been trying to deepen gratitude recently, because I'm aware, you know, we're all aware how important it is, but sometimes we don't really practice it. So I've been focusing on things to be grateful for, and then when you do that, you start to receive more, you start to have more reasons to feel grateful. So that's really helped me this week, especially when I've been feeling really under the weather and not particularly amazing. So I wanted to share that with you. So I really appreciate you whenever you drop in and watch these and connect with me in any way. So I'm going to go. It's a very short one today because I am definitely, my throat's a little bit funny, and I'm going to just, again, feeling a little bit very shivery, very kind of, yeah, and you know, you get like hot flushes in your cheek and a bit of a temperature, and yeah, so that is me. But I shall curl up. It's Friday, and it's the end of a week, and it's the last day of September, and I love the first of the month, so that's tomorrow. It's my favourite month, so I'll be feeling good about that. Hello, Shah, I see your beautiful face pop up. So I was just saying thank you to all of you for all of your messages and sweet energy, which I've really appreciated. So that is it. So just remember to be gratitude. Oh, I will. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really just gonna rest up. So it's not going to be a long one. I'm going to shoot off in a minute. But I was just saying about being grateful and reminding myself and anyone else that needs that reminder is gratitude is such a powerful energy, you know. And I know sometimes, like I've done posts before about oh, thank you, Shah. I've done posts before about gratitude because there's a lot of messages that they kind of beat us with a stick with gratitude, right? Saying you must be grateful, and you know, when you have those moments where you feel far from like gratitude. I've definitely had those. So I've written before about, if you don't even like the word gratitude, just think about things that you feel good and that you're really glad that you've got in your life, right? People, things, circumstances, little things, big things, loved ones and everything. And that's how I, you know, sometimes that word gratitude just feels very, you know, we hear a lot about it, right? So yeah, I just like to kind of think about things that I just make me feel good, that I feel so grateful. Or, you know, what would you not feel so good if you lost it tomorrow, right? And then you really do tap into that kind of gratitude, and you just feel so glad that you've got it. You feel so grateful. And I love that feeling. So I'm feeling grateful right now for just having a roof over my head and having a cozy place to be. I've got Michael here. I feel like I can just curl up with a blanket. I'm going to have a hot drink. I'm going to watch something. There's lots of things to be grateful for in any moment. And I guess, you know, I learned that it's funny, just as I'm thinking, years ago, if I had like kind of flu or I was just under the weather, I would have felt like in a bad mood, right? This was me years ago. But since my illness, because I had 5 years of like really just, it's like I always describe it as hangover, flu and jet lag that just doesn't leave you for 5 years, right? No matter what, no matter how much you rest. So I learned there how to kind of feel good even when you physically don't feel very good, or even if your circumstances are not the way you want. So I kind of learned how to, I suppose, tap in deeper. And yeah, I kind of find now, even when I don't feel well, I feel like really, really good in spirits. It's just I feel like bleh. Like physically I feel like rubbish, but still really good in myself. So just a little, wanted to share that with you, yeah, because that wasn't always the case. I would have been like really grumpy and moody, and I used to see the world in a horrible place if I wasn't feeling well. So so that is it. Oh, thank you. I love you so much, and I'm thankful that you are part of my life path. Thank you. That means the world to me. Oh, hi Sabra. Hello, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining. It's so important to think about it. What I'm grateful for gets me through the difficult times. Yeah, exactly. So even if you're having like a whale of a time at the moment in your life, or maybe you're not, or maybe you wish things were different, or you're wanting more at the moment, whatever that is, really try and cultivate that. Because I had a period not that long ago, maybe it was like in the last month, definitely, I found myself just getting a little bit irritated. You know, you ever get impatient about things or get a bit irritated by something, and I kind of came off the gratitude. It was just kind of temporary, because usually I am grateful, and I noticed the difference. I noticed the difference of how when you start getting into like an ungrateful mood, the universe will just kind of give you more reasons. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I kind of stepped back into the gratitude, which is my normal like everyday state anyway. And if this is a bit tricky for you, or even if you just need a refresher, I find that when you wake, like, don't even try and start like now in this moment if it's difficult. Try in the morning. So first thing in the morning, what I used to do is actually when I wake up, first of all, say like I'm grateful for waking up in my bed, right? And then when I put my feet on the ground, especially after I recovered, I was like, or even when I was recovering from illness, I put my feet on the ground as I was stepping out into my bed and thinking, okay, I've got my 2 legs, I'm grateful. And I just keep like playing that track. I'm grateful to be getting up and, you know, putting something warm on. I'm grateful to go to the bathroom, it's right there. I'm grateful to brush my teeth. I'm great, like all these things. It's almost like playing it like a mantra in your head, and that kind of sounds cheesy and annoying when you're not in that vibration, but when you start to practice it, it does feel really good. So that just wanted to share that, because I know sometimes that's hard. It's hard when you're in struggle mode, or something's not where you want it to be. When someone goes, feel grateful, it's really annoying and it doesn't always stick. So kind of see it as just work your way to it, and then allow yourself to feel like unhappy and annoyed with things as well, right? Because that's very liberating. But it's not about making yourself feel grateful for things, but it's more choose the things that you can, and then be very gentle with yourself when you're having the human experience of not liking certain things, right? But just seek out the things that you can go, yeah, thank God I've got that. I'm really happy. I'm really grateful. So fitting for my current right now. Well, the latest is that my entire place is having plumbing issues. Oh, that have caused my bathrooms to be unusable currently. Oh no, what a nightmare. That's really, yeah. But I'm thankful that I still have a warm place to be, bathrooms usable or not. Oh, bless you. Yeah, that is such a pain when your home environment is, yeah, like upside down. Oh, I hope that gets sorted properly. But that's a great practice, right? Being thankful that you still have like a warm place, right? I sometimes do that. I really start to think about when I get really frustrated or impatient. Usually it's like, oh, why is this thing not happening, right? And I get into I'm very emotional, right? So I can easily get into that track if I leave myself unattended. And I often think about what it would feel like to not have a place to live. I've never experienced that. I've always had an affiliation with that. I just have. My heart's always gone out to that part of our world, you know, with people who don't have somewhere to live. And I remember I saw a homeless person when I was probably like maybe 7 or 8. And I remember the first time I ever saw someone on the streets, and I asked my mum, like, what is that? And she explained that that's someone living on the street because they don't have anywhere to go. And my heart just broke into pieces. And I remember it didn't make any sense in my mind why there was a human being on the streets. I could actually cry thinking about it. That's how I feel. So I often remind myself, like, to put things into perspective. Now, I don't mean that, like, if you're going through something, like, really go through go through what you need to, feel what you need to feel. But I just sometimes, when I'm ungrateful for the kind of silly everyday occurrences, right? We all do it. I often bring myself back to, okay, well, if you really had like world issues here, this is what you might be facing. And it just with love, it just sort of brings me back on track. So that's a good one. But that's something on that note, as I'm talking about it, like I really want to get involved on a big scale in the future. I have really, really big plans of things I want to do. We want to set up a foundation, all sorts of things, and homelessness and things like that. It's going to be so on the agenda, just on that subject, because I just don't, I can't believe that we can send, you know, rockets into outer space and we can have this like high technological amazingness, right? We have all these advances in science, but we haven't solved that. We haven't solved people being homeless or in need of shelter and food. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, got massive plans for that. Counting the blessings instead of focusing energy on being upset about what's wrong. It's helpful to change the energy for sure. Yeah, took physically choosing to not remain upon it about it, and started thinking when it wasn't wrong. Yeah, started thinking when it wasn't wrong. Okay, yeah. So it's just a kind of shifting how you're thinking and how you're looking at things. But I just want to reiterate, you know, if you're going through stuff, that I'm not saying, oh, you should just think about the homeless. Like, really give yourself space, right? Give yourself space to think and feel and cry and rage and moan and vent and rant and all of that. And see if you can pick something like, okay, that is happening, don't like it, and also I'm grateful for this. At least this isn't going like hideously wrong. At least we've all got some things that we can look at, right? Upon was upset and thinking about what's not wrong. Sorry, yeah, no, I got you. I try and read and make sense at the same time. So that is it. So my voice needs a little rest, but yeah, I'm just grateful for you, grateful for every one of you who connects with me. I'm even grateful for any of you who watch and never comment or anything. That's okay. I'm grateful just for you to tune in, because I am here to share messages. I hope that the messages, you receive them. I know many of you do. Yeah, exactly what you've been trying to do. I'm so happy. So that's it. So I just wanted to just express my gratitude for you, all of you here, and for connecting with me and for being so amazing. So I'm going to go and rest now. So I really do feel like I'm going to curl up. So that is my message for today. Yeah, and I hope I shall be in a better state tomorrow as well. We'll see. But yeah, it's definitely on the mend. I just feel a little like temperature's up. I think I'm quite hot actually. I've probably got a bit of a temperature. I can feel like, you know how when I channel and I go pink, I've got like pink cheeks now just from my temperature. So anyway, there we go. So lots of love, and have a great rest of your night or day, whenever you're watching this. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll be here tomorrow. Getting used to me being here every day. So I'll see you then. Okay, thanks for joining me. See you later.